organizing the men proved a difficult task. Many still suspected Lautaro of being a Spanish spy, and even those who trusted him were accustomed to fighting as solitary warriors rather than as parts of a unified force. To instill discipline and earn the trust of the skeptics, Caupolican paired Lautaro with his greatest warrior. Galvarino was a fearless beast, equally quick to laughter as he was to anger. Despite losing both hands to the Spanish, he refused to be hindered by such a trivial inconvenience. Instead, he attached knives to his arms and continued to fight. "I can be your right knife man, Lautaro. I doubt the Spanish ever made you such a tempting offer." Lautaro laughed. "They never even offered me a single knife." Together, they drilled the warriors into organized units. One day, while distributing the stolen guns among his men, Lautaro noticed a young boy playing with a stick. He stared at him, remembering the young boy whose only hope had been a broken lance. Avenging his parents had been his lifelong goal. Yet now, with the help of Caupolican, Galvarino, and their burgeoning army, he could achieve so much more. He could ensure that no child would ever grow up without their father and mother again. But first, he had to unite the Mapuche.
The tribes in this area have been crushed into submission, but the Spaniards are stretched thin. If we can convince one tribe to join us, the rest will follow suit. Lead the men, Lautaro. Freedom or death!
M1.
Each horse we capture is another rider we can send against the Spanish. Break these animals out and bring them back to our camp.
Yanaconas! These Inca traitors betrayed their own people to become lapdogs to the Spanish. They are without honor.
Amuan! Father Chengkum! Kimon! Amuan! Mai! Wei Chan!
M1. Kumei. Mai.
Shuman!
M1.
Fale! Kimon! Mai!
We owe you our freedom. Wherever you lead, we will follow.
With these new recruits, we can build an economy of our own. Let us find more tribes to liberate. When we are strong enough, we will march on Valdivia's fort at Tucapel. The Poya tribe dwells in the forest to the east. We should pay them a visit and convince them to join our cause.
Look at these weaklings hiding in the countryside. They would rather serve the Spanish than sacrifice a single finger for freedom.
Not everyone has your single-mindedness, Galvarino. If I could speak with these tribesmen, I could convince them to desert the Spanish.
Mai. Kumei.
These tribesmen have seen the truth in my words. They would rather die as free men than as Spanish servants.
Our blacksmiths would happily forge weapons for the cause, but the Spaniards have confiscated our tools. Bring them back to us and we will support you.
Wei Chan! Wei Chan!
Leave some soldiers for me! My blades thirst for Spanish blood! Those must be the stolen tools. Pack them up and bring them to the blacksmiths.
Shuman!
Mai. Zeuma. Mai.
With their tools returned,
Zeuma.
this tribe can till the fields and forge weapons for us.
Kimon!
The Spanish have many insidious ways of destroying our culture. Their priests fill our children's heads with lies and Latin and call it education. Burn their mission to the ground and we will fight for you.
Human.
An eye for an eye, and a hand for a hand. This tribe will support us now.
I knew you Philistines were impervious to education, but this is unforgivable! Find the culprits and feed them to the dogs! Search the rubble while you're at it. I hear the padre had some exquisite silver.
You won't destroy the Spanish fort with slings and clubs. I know where the engineer who built it resides. Bring him to us and we will join you. If he could build it, he can help us tear it down.
Great Lautaro. I am no conquistador. Just a humble, private contractor. Let me live, and I will help you raise the fort. I will consider your mercy as payment in full.
Valdivia sent our warriors to slave away in his mines to the north. Set them free, and you will have our support.
So my errand boy is
Nay.
still alive.
Zeuma.
Most impressive. I had thought you would
Zeuma.
be dead in a ditch by now.
Zeuman.
Very well. I will make sure to kill you
My
properly this time.
We have rescued the warriors from the mines, and their tribe has joined our cause.
Human. Timon.
Mary.
We owe you our freedom.
Ballet.
Wherever you lead, we will follow.
Mai. Ballet. M1. Mai.
We owe you our freedom. Wherever you lead,
Zeuma.
we will follow.
Mai. May. M1.
A
Mai.
Spanish artillery train has been sighted traveling to Tucapel from the west. If we can capture it, we can use the gunpowder for ourselves.
Zeuman.
Here comes the convoy. Get ready to pounce.
Excellent! As soon as I figure out how this thunder powder works, we can turn the Spaniards' cannons against them.
We owe you our freedom. Wherever you lead, we will follow.
Tim.
You have done better than I could dream of. Now, let us raise the Spanish fort to the ground.
Fale. 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 I'm one. Fale. I'm one.
Beaten by a runaway servant. This is a black day for Spain. Mark my words, Lautaro! I will be back!
Victory is ours! When future generations speak of this day, they will remember the name Tucapel and rejoice!
Shuman.
May.
The decisive victory at Tucapel filled the Mapuche with renewed hope. They had learned to ride horses, use firearms, and coordinate their efforts on the battlefield. The warriors, who had once relied solely on their bravery, had transformed into a formidable army capable of outmaneuvering their foes. Lautaro's success echoed across Araucanía. Until now, Caupolican had been the unwavering protector of his people, resisting the Spanish at every turn. However, when he saw the confidence Lautaro instilled in the warriors, he realized that his time had come. To everyone's surprise, he announced his decision to step down as High Chieftain. In his stead, he nominated a stunned Lautaro, a choice which was met with overwhelming cheers. When Lautaro approached to question him, Caupolican said, "The spirits have been telling me this for a while now. You are our future." The Battle of Tucapel had been a significant triumph. But with Valdivia still evading justice, the war was far from over. The Spaniard was likely to remain near the safety of his many forts. If Lautaro could find the one where Valdivia was hiding, he could flush him out like a rabbit. "We should give Valdivia a warm welcome when he tries to flee," Galvarino said as Lautaro laid out the plan. "What do you think he'll enjoy more, my knives or his own guns?" However, cracks were starting to show in the facade of the Mapuche Confederation. Emboldened by their victory at Tucapel, the tribes began to bicker over old rivalries. Lautaro knew he had to act swiftly to maintain the alliance.
Valdivia hides in one of his forts in the area, but we do not know which. Burn them all to the ground and bury the coward in the rubble.
Why?
The Mapuche are united under your leadership, for now. But old rivalries die hard. We must protect our allies to keep their morale high. Otherwise, we risk losing our new allies.
Theuman. Kachuma Malken.
Another warband has finished training and is
Theuman.
ready to fight.
Theuman.
The Yanaconas are compelled to fight out of fear, but there are greater
Belay.
horrors than the Spanish whip.
Mary,
Let me
Mary.
speak with the priestess of the Eastern
Theuman.
Mountains. I might just have an idea.
What aid could a
My
priestess provide? We already have everything we need. An army and the will to use it.
The Yanacona cowards are coming out to face us at last.
Theuman.
We must have ruffled a few feathers when we showed up on Valdivia's doorstep.
The only thing the Yanaconas fear
Mary.
more than their Spanish masters is the sun they worship.
Theuman.
Bring me a relic, and I will share my sacred knowledge with you. Listen carefully. The Yanaconas do not know of the coming eclipse that will hide the sun and turn the day to night. Prepare your warriors, For the Yanaconas will run before them like frightened dogs.
The sun god Inti has abandoned us for serving the invaders! Run for your lives!
Damn these superstitious natives! If you want something done, you must do it yourself!
Mari.
Ah! No trace of Valdivia. He must be in another fort.
For the war efforts!
The Spaniards left some of their cannon galleons in dry dock on the island. If we can destroy the towers protecting them, we can take the ships for ourselves.
Two forts down, one left to burn. But still no sign of the blood-sucking Spaniard.
Velei.
The Spanish warships are ours. Ready the cannons and aim for the nearest fort! For the war efforts!
Where is Valdivia? How did he manage to slip out unnoticed?
My plan appears to have worked! While you wasted lives and morale on this wild goose chase, you left an opening for me to strike at your allies! Leave none alive, man! Santiago y Sierra, España!
You have doomed us all, Lautaro! To the hills! Run for your lives!
You lost a battle, but you can still win the war. I will talk to the tribes.
Was there such a thing as pain beyond pain? The charred remains of the fort were littered with the bodies of Mapuche warriors. Young men who had fought, bled, and died at Lautaro's command. Hundreds, thousands of lives gone in an instant. And for what? Pedro de Valdivia was still at large. The Mapuche alliance was crumbling. Their sacrifices had been in vain. Spanish swords and muskets had killed them, but it was he who had sent them to their deaths. He had failed them, just like he had failed his parents. As Galvarino approached him after the battle, Lautaro wished his friend would stay away. However, he swallowed his emotions and listened to the report. Our scouts say that Valdivia is building up his army at Santiago. We are running out of time. Lautaro struggled to breathe. We are running out of men, too. As the pain of his loss subsided, Lautaro realized that the shard of defiance embedded in his heart since the death of his parents remained intact. Despite losing so many men and seeing his allies waver, he stood resolute. He had not surrendered when Valdivia forced him into servitude, and he would not give up now. Caupolican and Galvarino remained steadfast in their loyalty. With their combined forces, Lautaro still had the strength for one final assault. If they could take Santiago, Valdivia would have nowhere left to run. The Spanish would be crushed once and for all. As Lautaro assembled his army for the final march, he raised his spear and spoke to them in a voice that shook their very hearts. Brave men, I have heard your grumblings of surrender and peace. But what will peace bring us? Nothing but disgrace. You can either live in peace as Spanish slaves, or die with me as free men, protecting your land and your children. The only road to lasting peace, to freedom, is the road to Santiago! The crowd raised their weapons in unison and shouted, "To Santiago!"
The city of Santiago lies before us. We must defeat the Spanish here,
Mai.
or everything we have fought for will be lost.
With gun. With gun.
Mai. Mai. Wei Chan Mai.
Our allies are no cowards, but they will not fight for a lost cause. Let us kill every Spaniard in sight and show them what an army with fire in their hearts can achieve.
Why waste precious lives when words can achieve the same result? If you let me speak to the tribes, they will be back in the fold before Galvarino can wet his blades.
Much of Santiago is still being built. If we lay waste to the construction sites, we can prevent Valdivia from using these buildings.
Signal the attack! Let us crush this little rebellion under our heels. This farce has reached its final act.
Chuan. Fale.
My blade.
Chuan. Mai. Mai. Father Django. Wei Chan.
Jim.
Δέουμαν.
My. Filet.
My blades thirst for Spanish blood!
Lemuria.
One.
Hope is a fickle thing, yet you have managed to rekindle ours, Lautaro. We will fight for you till the very end.
Mai. Chuan.
You savages are ruining the perfect symmetry of my city! This crime will not go unpunished!
Who would want to live in a place like this anyway? It's just square after square. Unnatural, I say. Unnatural!
For once we agree, Galvarino.
have destroyed one of Santiago's districts!
Overrun! Retreat! Retreat to the fortress!
Amuan! Kimon! Amuan! Father Chengkum!
I should have driven that spear through your heart when you were a boy. Alas, my greatest flaw was that I was too merciful. Freedom. At last.
As their swords clashed on the battlefield, it felt as though time had stopped. Lautaro could hear the blood rushing through his ears. Again and again, he swung his blade at Valdivia, the steel ringing out in a triumphant melody. He could see the fear in the Spaniard's eyes, and he relished every second of it. This is what he had lived for. He would avenge his parents, and no Mapuche child would ever grow up as an orphan again. When Valdivia's sword pierced his abdomen, Lautaro seized up. Yet his mind was so flooded with rage that he felt no pain. With a final swing, his sword struck true. The Spaniard's black eyes widened in shock. Before he could speak, he fell to the ground, his greedy spirit leaving his body. The hatred that had fueled Lautaro for so long seemed to evaporate. It was done. His life's mission was complete. Old memories flooded his mind, glimpses of a forgotten life. A young boy racing with friends, eating his mother's tortillas, swimming in the river on a hot day. As the momentary peace faded, Lautaro collapsed to the ground, overwhelmed by agony. Yet, as the blinding pain began to fade and his senses dimmed in his final moments, he knew he had succeeded. Lautaro died from his wounds that day, his oath to his parents and his people fulfilled. The Spanish fled our lands, and Caupolican resumed his role as High Chief, with Galvarino as his second-in-command. The Mapuche had achieved a once unimaginable victory. If the Spanish dared to challenge them again, they would be ready to fight together as one. Yet, even though the man is gone, the memory of Lautaro lives on. Until the last Mapuche takes their final step in araucanía, He will be remembered as the greatest hero our people have ever known. Let his example guide you in your struggle, young Konas. A hero fights where an ordinary man gives up. But above all, we must stand united, for even a hero cannot win alone.